Alrighty. Welcome, Alton.
Huh?
What are you staring
I want to
at?
be the weird guy that's...
Welcome back, Flux!
What you can say here if you want.
Want to hear the best sound in the world?
Oh,
Crack
sue
'em.
me.
Grab your drinks for Wednesday. Hump day. Oh yeah, we got a lot of volume this episode. That's good.
Ooh.
Sorry about last week. We
died
Died.
for a minute.
pretty much we were just hungover, tired, needed a little break, and we wanted to get our first guest on.
Thanks to me, they were hungover and...
Yeah, Matthew Halla. He's
Woo!
been basically lifetime friend here
biggest fan of the show.
with me.
I think the
Big-
only
yeah.
So he's
fan.
probably gonna
He
listen
might
to
be the
this.
only fan.
Besides Darby, you're the only
Besides
fan,
Darby.
so.
So I'm going to listen to this twice.
How's it going, everyone? How's everyone been? It's been a while.
It was a fucking crazy day.
At
Found
work?
$1,500 of stolen money out of my account.
Oh God.
Wow.
So,
Did you get
I'm rich now. I found it. It's back.
it? I wonder where I put that. Was it someone just went on a shopping spree?
No, they, it's actually a pretty funny story, so I'll tell you this. So first one was ZipRecruiter. Some business just set up an account and was like, whatever, posting ads for their jobs. Not that great of a story. But the second one was, what is it called? Automatic, I don't know what the name of the company was, but what they did was searches for background checks and stuff. So I call them yo, I'm getting this reoccurring payment that you guys, and they looked it up, and there's 6 or 7 accounts under my credit card, and they're all pulling from it, and one of them was a background check. One of these accounts did a background check on my mother, which was really weird because I don't know, whatever. And then the other one was on my dead grandma, which kind of sad, but also what the hell?
Who was out there just background checking your entire family?
Using my credit card.
Using your money. They woke up that morning you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna research the Howas, make sure they're clean, and I'm gonna use their money doing it. It's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, I've never had any stolen money.
Alton
Yeah, I
has.
have a couple of times. Oh, that fucking sucked.
What happened in your story?
Oh, shit. So my dad picks up this this dumpster whore.
I remember.
So we're at McDonald's.
This is right as Kayla and I had first started dating.
I think it was supposed to be before.
No, I remember it. It was recently. Not recently, but yeah. Keep going.
We were at McDonald's and there was this dumpster whore there. We're eating our Big Macs. My dad's looking at other type of meal, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. And he's like, oh, it's whatever. It's not gonna happen. And we finished our meal and we're walking out and he has the Chevy Coupe. And the girl catches him and goes, hey, look, hey, that's a really nice car and stuff. And they're like, yeah, you want to ride? And
Oh wait, I thought it was a date. He just saw her at McDonald's.
Yeah.
he just saw her at
And he's like, I'm
McDonald's.
about to get the 2-for-1.
McPick 2.
Pick too.
Oh, mama.
McDonald's commercial, linked with farmers on.
Extra Big Mac sauce.
I'm going to meet a McFlurry and a fillet of fish, if you know what I'm saying. So he takes this girl, this rancid ass hoe, to her house, and she's staying there on the couch and using her shower. And I wake up, and the next day rolls around. I wake up, she's gone. Don't know where the fuck she is.
Back to McDonald's.
Yeah, probably back to McDonald's. And I'm like, oh shit, I got paid today. And right as I look at my account, I'm looking at it. I'm like, well, it says it has $500 in here. However, that's pending, not counting the pending charges, and I only had $11 in my account. And I'm like, what's this? And I go through, and it's $50 from Maverick, $50 from Walmart, $50 from Ross, all these places that are in the same vicinity of this McDonald's. I'm like, oh, this could only be one bitch.
This can only be one McBitch.
Yeah, one McBitchin'. So,
You probably thought it was your dad's wallet too.
yeah. Oh yeah, the one covered in zombies. It's my father's wallet.
The American
Didn't need a
flag.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
You go back and find her.
Oh, so this is what happened. So I get my money back. I put the charges, like, these are not my charges. I don't know where these are coming from. That night at like 3 a.m, I'm watching YouTube in my bed, and all of a sudden I hear this car roll up, this like piece of shit POS car, and all of a sudden the front door opens. What the fuck? I'm walking out there with a Red Ryder BB gun and a flashlight. We're going wabbit season. I just see this figure in the kitchen. I go, freeze, sucker! She turns around and goes, hi, and I'm like, oh, you. My dad wakes up. He's sleeping on the couch. He sees her, like, out of a blank stare and goes, you and me, we need to talk. And they talked on the porch and was like, you better get out of here. We're calling the cops. Don't you ever come see my family again and stuff. It was so bad, this bitch. Now she's on the run because the detective. We gave her like a I don't know how the detective had a picture of her because we were talking to the detective. He's like, oh yeah, I remember
She's a
this.
repeat offender.
Yeah, repeat offender.
The Dine and Dasher.
The McDonald's theft.
She'll take your virginity and your
The
money.
McCord.
They're gonna make a Netflix documentary out of this one.
Oh my god.
Abducted in plain sight.
What?
Oh, Todd.
My father.
My
I'm
father.
a crazy man. You got cool parents though, Howard, right?
Yeah, they're pretty chill.
Yeah.
Got rad parents. Dawn and Kurt.
Yeah, once we hit like 18, me and my sister just kind of like decided that they were teenagers again.
Yeah.
Do the partying scene. They party harder than me.
The first. Well, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think we talked about it, like, you grow up like, fuck, I just want to party and hang out with my friends, and then you hit this age and you're like, I wonder what my mom's doing.
She's got some beer for me.
Yeah, she's drunk as hell at the pool, probably. You're like, oh, that sounds...
Couldn't be us.
Yeah, couldn't be us.
Couldn't be us.
I tried talking to Mom today. How are you, Mom? Fine. Oh, that's good. What do you want? I just want to say hi.
You've been gone for a week.
You've been gone for a week, down to Cali. I mean, come on now.
I'll call her and tell her something that happened. Well, is that all you needed? Yep, that was it. Thanks, Mom.
Now, if you
Talk to
excuse
you
me,
later.
I gotta go play tennis and walk the dogs.
Feed
Sorry,
my
Mom,
fish.
I'll delete your number. after this call.
I remember the first time I met your parents, Howard, was at Quarters.
Oh yeah.
That was the first time I've ever met your parents.
Oh yeah. My dad was gaming out on
Yeah.
Killer Queen. Dude,
What is
love
that? Was it that the game? I don't
Oh,
remember.
yeah.
I
It's like
was-
a 10-person game, and then you gotta have like.
That was stressful as
The
fuck.
bee game.
Yeah, the bee.
I didn't know which one I was, so and, like, your dad kept yelling at me. I'm like, I don't know which one I am, and he'd point it out, and then I'd lose it like 20 seconds later. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. That place, if you don't show up like trashed, it's very overwhelming.
Yeah.
There's just like too many people and all these like lights and the games, and people are like yelling at each other, and you're like, okay, I don't know if I'm in this scene right now.
Not drunk enough to enjoy it.
Yeah.
They're doing a pie and beer thing there on Wednesday at Quarters.
What are we doing? I guess.
Sounds like we're going to quarters.
Yeah, it sounds like we're going to Quarters.
Catch us at quarters, everybody from the podcast. We'll see you there. Meet your
We'll be taking
celeb stars.
Q&As, please. We'll have a table in the back. Oh yeah,
For, like, next
John.
Wednesday.
It's not Pie and Beard Wednesday, next Wednesday. It's Wednesday today. We're going to Quarters today.
Yeah, my
Oh
man.
fuck! See you there.
Tonight.
That means Peyton's gonna be blind because I gotta take you to your
Oh.
doctor's appointment because your eyes are gonna be dilated.
So Monday, we won the kickball tournament.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
We're-
We came out of nowhere.
Finally lived up to our name.
We played from.
Drunk ass bitches.
Is that her name? I haven't heard a solid name. Like Dabs or something like
Dab
that.
is drunk ass
It stands
bitches.
for drunk ass
Oh.
bitches, which we have not been one
I've
single
Been
time.
sober and mean.
Well, tonight I got at least some drinks. So
Sober
we're
and
bringing those
pissy
over.
it should be.
You just
Yeah.
get plastered
Those
on
first
White
couple
Claws.
games were rough.
So for the listeners out there, let me just give you a little explanation of how shitty this kickball league is. Normally, when you play sports, you have like someone to say, "Hey, that's a air, or that's an out, or whatever." You know, like
call the rules.
officiating. You know, yeah, the rules.
Officiation.
Well, there's no
Officiation.
ref in our kickball league. We're expected to just yell at each other the whole time, and then until we finally come to a conclusion, or someone gets tired of yelling.
There's like a lady that keeps score, and that's about all that she does.
We're like, what was that? She's like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
do you guys want to call it?
Great kick.
Well, we say it's out. They say no.
Normally, when I play adult rec sports, it's very like enjoyable with the other team. You kind of joke, and when you get pissed off at the guy that's in like the ref.
Whenever you're thinking, sorry, do not.
Small.
Sir, this
You
is
already-
a McDonald's.
What are you doing?
What?
Weirdo.
We need to get like a second camera just to like film the cat. Oh, you put a GoPro on him.
That's what I was just gonna say. Hey,
Except you have to see his eyes.
That's true. Just put the GoPro on. Like,
Get the fishbowl lens for him.
What are those fish called that have the...
Oh, anglers? Look at the
Hey!
anglerfish.
what are you doing, bro?
Hey, you little angler.
You've already broke this once.
so that an angler fish and there's anglers that catch fish. Oh, because it's
the
like
deep sea ones. It's
Yeah.
like a light that they put here to lure in other fish, and then you just fucking
the ultimate angler.
Oh, yeah, dude. Those ones are dope.
nature's angler,
Nature's angler.
brother.
Have you seen the anglers that live in Chernobyl, man? Fucking
Yep,
like
been
this.
there all the time.
Well, the pictures online, dude, they're the size of like taxis, man. They're huge.
Sir?
Grab him.
Yeah.
Just stand up and probably go,
Oh, you lost the computer. Wow. Are we still live?
For those tuning in, Small White Cat just knocked the entire computer stand over, which was pretty impressive, actually.
This podcast is brought to you by PC Laptops.
We love you.
Great sturdy computers.
We are not sponsored by PC. At least I'm not.
I have to say that every
You're-
time Carolyn Mullins says
We like to be
we're not actually
sponsored.
sponsored.
We're really sponsored if you think about it.
No,
Hold
we're
on.
not.
This episode is brought to you by Funko Pops. No, it's not.
Scare him out of here again.
That
Such a little
worked.
bitch.
Like, what was it, the second episode? The chords are like a little bit higher, so and he just went right off. Like you can't see him apparently.
But you just see our mics just go, just fly
Like
out.
in Jaws when he's like pulling the buoys behind him.
Yeah.
Like,
Stupid. So
but then you
stupid.
can't lock him out because he'll just make
Just wants to be wanted.
quick solution. Throw him in the river.
Pay us $200 on the podcast and you can have White Cat for
Pay
free.
We'll sign them.
You can have a signed white cat and a small gray potato.
No, we like the potato.
Do you have any
Cute.
pets, Howard?
I do. I have a family dog, Black Lab.
Black Lab.
Name.
Best dog in the world. Her name is Boo.
She's been alive for 45 years. It seems like.
It's not a racist thing. It's short for caribou.
Boo.
Promise.
Hey, Boo.
Which is weird. I know you name your animal after another animal, but
I
that's
just
weird
got a
feeling.
dog. What's its name? Cat?
His name is Hippo.
No, Boo Boo's she's a real sweetheart.
So cute.
What's a baby?
Oh,
It's a little baby.
What's my little baby?
you a little baby.
Oh, God.
Just do that and fight. Disarm them immediately. Want to fuck a girl, bro? Oh, it's a little baby. Yeah.
You know, the quickest way is to just take your pants off.
Want to fight? Whoa, whoa,
You
whoa.
gotta always wear the tearaways. You should have the
21st
zipper
century
ones
takeaway.
that you want to fight and like rip the bottom of
Just
your
take
pants
your
off.
shins out.
It's like that Workaholics episode when they're like, "Oh, fully torqued, can't fight, can't fight."
Dude, your body and the way you're oiled. I love that episode. They like get in a fight in like bikinis basically, and then they just get boners. And they're like, whoa, 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 fully torqued.
The only episode I've ever seen of Workaholics is the one where they figure out their neighbor can suck his own dick.
Oh yeah.
That's the only
No,
episode.
it's
Who's
someone
it?
that works with them.
Oh.
And they're like spying on him because they think he's super weird.
Sees
And
how
he does
well I
yoga.
pay attention to the episode.
And like throws his legs back over his head.
I watched a video about this dominatrix that was trying to guess everyone's kinks, and one of the guy was like, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a kink, like being able to suck yourself off. And the guy was like, it's just not the same if anyone else does it. I'm like, oh
This-
my hell.
This girl's like, I'll give you the best. He's like, trust me, I've had it.
You don't know.
You're looking at him.
But they were like, do you have any
She's
medical
lost
problems? He's like, yeah, I have to go to the chiropractor. Like, he was talking about all the back problems he has for trying to do that. I'm like, and
Suck
that's
his
worth
back
it.
out.
You sucked your back
It was
out.
so fucking weird.
Fuck.
Does he like swallow too?
I didn't get that far.
It's like my
He's
next question.
recycling.
That's the most alpha thing you can do. Give yourself a blowjob and then swallow.
Oh my god.
Protein.
Ew.
Meal prep.
What?
Meal
I
prepping.
don't like this line of discussion.
Well, you know,
And next.
3 teaspoons of whey, half a cup of semen, pounded down.
Raw eggs.
Raw.
This week's flavor is
Let's go
pineapple.
boxing.
Make the egg drop soup that looks like.
That's the main reason I don't eat that soup.
Isn't there like there was like a recipe book I saw at like Barnes and Noble the other day that was like,
If you say cum involved, that's disgusting.
oh, I'm sure there's something like that, but no, there's one where it's like menstrual blood, like how to make
Oh.
meals from your menstrual blood and stuff.
Buffalo chips.
You take
You
Yes. Well, no, I just heard that's a thing.
Yeah.
menstrual blood buffalo chips.
No, it's just
No, it.
when they dry up, chips.
Oh,
Yep.
that's fucking nasty.
Yep.
Learn something new every day.
Look it up on Urban Dictionary, bro. It's a thing.
It's so gross. I found out about that like junior year of high school,
You
and
found out
I
about-
could never. I started gagging.
It's not as
So
bad as blue waffle.
What are these?
Blue waffle. That's
Oh,
bad.
God. We went
Not
Alton.
blueberry waffles, just the blue. Waffle.
There's a couple of words, like a couple of phrases that you could say, and it's like infamous with like all my friends were like, oh no,
like the rusty trombone.
rusty
That was a
trombone.
big one in
I
high
don't know
school.
what that
Was
is.
it like steamroller or something? Texas steamroller.
Cleveland Steamroller.
Cleveland. Sorry,
I know
sorry,
it-
Texas. It's all in
I'm
Cleveland.
sure you got something fucked up.
You know the
That's all Kid
Tallahassee
Cudi.
Tallahassee printing press,
No.
where,
This must all
where the
be-
girl shits on your chest and then just stomps on it.
Sounds a lot like the Cleveland Steamer.
I don't remember all these, thankfully, but I know their names. Not their
I didn't
functions.
hear any of these.
Things like 18 years old. What's a penis?
I didn't know what a pussy was till I was like 17.
But
Someone
you
told
knew
me, and
what
I was
a
like,
fucking
"What?"
buffalo chip was, and you were in. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You got everything backwards.
Did you live with Nikki? Alton lived with my dad. I lived with my mom, and I said any other word besides Jesus. I
Besides
was
buffalo
with.
chips?
So
I mean, yeah, I discovered a lot more things I should have had in my lifetime from my father.
You've learned a lot too.
I know.
Don't meet a girl at McDonald's.
Don't meet a girl at McDonald's.
And if you
Twos are
do, don't take her
dangerous.
home.
Don't take her home. That's such a white trashy story. You can't get even any more white trash
The
than
fact
that.
that she just came in your house at 3 in the
Yeah.
Like
Oh
the
yeah,
next
that's
day.
okay.
she's like, I need another shower.
Fucking get out of my house. I'll put the hose on you.
The sink hose.
Yeah, I don't know if this story tops it, but we have a friend, Hunter. Senior.
Which one?
Hot
Senior.
Hunter.
Not
Not
ugly
ugly
Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah, shouts out Hunter. But, we're in Vegas. We
He
convinced him to
definitely
come down to
listens.
Vegas. We get him to come down to Vegas, and like we're going to this pool party. It's the middle of summer. It's at the Flamingo. It's pretty cool. Go to it. I think if you guys ever down there.
Yeah.
So we're meeting. We're down there. Hunter's obviously meeting like far more girls than the rest of us, but he settles on this one girl that's whatever. And the night goes on. We all get trashed. Me and Michael were like up since like 6 a.m. Another one of our friends of ours, and so we went to bed like early, 9 o'clock, kind of lame. Well, we wake up to.
Whoa.
And we're all like, oh, what the fuck? And we look over, and it's, of course, Hunter and this girl, they're in the bed together.
They're blowing up a balloon.
So it's like 4 a.m., whatever. So I go back to bed, and I wake up to, like, pounding on the door. So I go open it, and they're like, is XYZ here? I don't know what her name was.
XYZ.
I'm like, you talking about her? And she's like, oh, yeah. Okay, well, come on in, get her. I go back to bed, because
Get your
7
dog.
7 a.m. There's like, of course, there's a mirror right in front of me though. So like I'm laying there, and these girls like they end up getting up trying to get ready. This girl walks to the bathroom with just her top on, no bottoms. And
Class.
little did we know that we left our wallets in the bathroom.
Oh.
So we wake up, looking for all of our shit, or not really looking. We just like, all right, let's go. Grab our wallets, go, and then we're like, oh shit, where'd all our money go? And so we're like, oh, it could have been this, that, and then we're like, no, it's that bitch.
It was that balloon blowing bitch.
But Hunter comes back and tells us like, he's eating her out or whatever. And he tries to like surface for air, and she like does like the male or the female version of like the holding him down.
Oh my god.
She's like, wait, I almost got it. Oh.
He said he fell asleep.
He took a cat nap.
He took a cat nap down there because she wouldn't let him up.
20, 30, 40. Get your ass.
Wake up! Get up! He's back to work.
It's like, fuck it, I'll just go to bed. Take what you want. Ew.
Michael lost $400. I think I lost 20. So I am okay. But
You gotta play for those balloon tricks,
They're not free.
They're not free.
apparently your friends have to pay for them.
Yeah. This is a group effort.
Oh, that is funny.
That's amazing.
Holy Hunter.
Yeah, holy Hunter.
You're so funny.
We gotta have like Vegas stories about that. We should just invite everyone to go down to Vegas.
Yeah, I'm sure we could come up with some good stuff.
A lot of content.
Organically.
Nothing but blessings.
Where were we when Hunter was like dancing with that girl, and then he didn't want to dance with her anymore, so
Gracie.
he started like blowing in her face to like get her, he's
She kept getting like up in his face.
like to kiss him, and he did not want to kiss her. And he kept
On the dance floor.
That was Gracie?
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like a similar thing happened after Alec, his wedding at that like clubhouse with like the MILF. Well, it wasn't a MILF. She was just older. But I guess
Like
that,
right after his wedding?
yeah, remember we went to the clubhouse like
Oh,
the bar
yeah.
and all dancing there.
You don't
I
really-
was like, nope.
He's like
No,
too
thank-
nice. They're too good
Well, he's
looking,
like into
obviously.
it until they like go for a kiss or something, and then it's he's like,
Put
I
the
don't
fire
like
out.
that intimacy.
We don't start a fire. It was on. Turn it off.
Hunter's done some. I remember he like peed on Alec's dad's.
Oh
I
yeah, dude,
wasn't
that
there
story
for
was
either
great.
of
That was
those.
like one of like the first times we ever got drunk. Like clearly 21 years of age.
We don't promote underage drinking.
No, we came
But
back
Please drink
like after
responsibly.
a long night of drinking, and we're all like sleeping, and then we all wake up to this Hunter sitting on his TV, just like no one pees like this, by the way. Sitting on the TV and just pissing on the carpet, like right in front
Oh
of us.
my
Like a
God.
TV stand like this, he was sitting on the edge of it, and he's just.
Oh my
And
god.
he peed upstairs in the kitchen too at different times. Just
What the fuck?
imagine how mad Alec was, but like didn't know what to say probably. Just like
I feel like girls don't do that.
I
They
think he
don't
was-
just like pee when they. Like, I make sure I go to the bathroom. Like, I was talking about this with Carly, and girls don't just like.
You peed on the.
I feel like you got
You
more
made-
muscles down there too. Maybe
You
gotta
made
hold
an
it in.
Uber pull over
yeah.
and pee in the middle of a field.
Yeah, but that's not the same as peeing on a carpet.
Well, he was like so drunk, like we're like, "Yo, stop it!" And he's like,
See, girls, I don't think girls do that.
What?
I'll flush
I'm
it when
sure
I'm-
they're supposed to do that,
Maybe they do.
but I don't know. So I agree with you.
I've never met a girl that just, hey, fuck it.
Or like, you know, like in your sleep. You know any girls that have done that?
Peed
When
the
I was like
bed.
5.
No, like drunk piss. Like you're like,
No.
yeah. See, I don't do that either though, so I don't really understand.
We know a few.
What?
We actually peed in the cabin.
Who?
James.
James.
I was gonna say I haven't even been up at that
He
cabin.
like tells one person and it like circled around the whole cabin within an hour later. And then he got mad at me for telling Kale and I was like, dude, I was like the 5th person to find out about it.
Well, it didn't even matter because
Yeah,
the
you can see
cushions
it.
were sitting outside to dry, and everyone was like, what could that be? Someone spilled their drink? No, like.
He's like, you told Kale?
Mitchell is like the king of just spreading everything that he knows.
Hey, did you hear this?
That's exactly how he is.
hear this?
Like,
I gotta tell
2
you
trips
something.
ago, he's like, it was like 7 in the morning. All I hear is, hey, Cal, you want to smoke James weed? We proceeded to smoke all of his weed. James was like, where's my weed at? Oh, God.
I think this is going out live.
Yeah. This podcast takes place in California or Colorado or
Seattle.
any of the legal states that you know,
Just pick one. That's where we're at.
or where we were at the time that we smoked the reefer.
We're in a shack right now. On Lake Tahoe or something. That's in California.
Yeah. Good job.
Hey, I'm right.
Maps.
Maps.
I think it's in like 3 states though. Actually, it's like California and Nevada.
In Colorado, right?
In Seattle.
No, it's not Colorado at all.
Seattle's legal now.
Lake Tahoe.
Yeah,
Or
like
Washington. Lake Tahoe.
Washington, Oregon,
Oh, we were talking
Florida.
about weed.
What are we talking
We're talking
about?
about
Lake
Lake Tahoe.
Tahoe is where weed is legal.
I'm just
I
labeling
was thought,
states.
The whole West Coast is Lake Tahoe.
who really knows where it starts or ends?
Yeah.
You think weed's ever going to be legal in Utah?
Oh yeah, absolutely. As soon as it like they get the laws in place and then the this is a great topic. The Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, because we're not allowed to call them LDS anymore. It's the longest name.
All the ad Normans are
So
out of
why-
the house.
Yeah, as soon as they can make money off of it, they're gonna capitalize.
Yeah.
Then they're going to be like, and then the Lord said, bring us weed.
Called
Shout out to Hunter Soul, who doesn't think that we speak, or you guys specifically, since I haven't been on the show, but you say some ignorant stuff, is what he said. It's okay, but I agree with you guys because they're pretty ignorant.
This
But I
is,
still love you, Hunter.
this is Handsome Hunter, right?
No.
No,
Hot
this,
souls.
this
This
is
is-
Ugly Hunter. Just kidding.
Oh, shouts out! He's never gonna listen to this, but if he does, that's funny.
That's how Alton distinguishes the two.
Hey, man, you
He shows
should,
it Hot Hunter. Ugly
should I just be like California Hunter or Here Hunter?
Here, Hunter.
Here Hunter.
Here, Hunter. Come on, Hunter.
Well, the only story that I've ever like really heard about him was like when I was going over to Michael and Hunter's house. Hunter like gets up from his nap and goes to Peyton and Kill and goes, "So your brother's coming?" And they're like, "Yeah, he's coming. You better not be loud." First thing I go in there, "What's up, faggots?"
I do remember that whole scenario, and I was like, "Oh, facepalm," because I was like, "No, dude, Alton's fucking sick, dude. I love that kid." And then you come in, and I'm like, "Ah, that's not helping."
He's like, let me show you how sick he is.
Well, that's even before it, because Peyton walks out and goes, "Just so you know, he's in the mood." And I'm like, "Oh, is he?" And he's like, "Yeah, he doesn't want you to be too loud." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Okay, I won't be too loud."
Shit, you own your own house. You're like at least like 25 feet from your neighbors. Like you're chilling. You can be loud.
He just needed this.
He always sleeps when he's falling asleep every time I've gone over there on the couch. He's too high. And he like wakes up. He's like, I'm going to bed. It's like 10:30.
I thought that was funny that he thought he had food poisoning or something. Like, dude, you just hung over at your cabin.
I don't know, dude. I've never puked for that long. Okay.
And I've never seen him drink like that.
Really?
Yeah, he drank like shit. He wasn't using like a red cup or a red Solo cup. He was using like a red tall Utah cup. And, like every 5 minutes, he's just like
pouring out.
and he's
Yeah,
like,
it's food poisoning.
He took it on himself to finish the keg, and he just puked it all up. That was a lot of puke that week. Too
He
much.
chugged
Puke.
half a keg, and then he looks back and goes, "What was in that taco?"
yeah, I'm glad I only puked once. Quickie.
I didn't puke that trip.
Did I tell you my roommates asked me where one of the trash cans went?
Oh yeah, you said that at Club Darbs the other day.
Oh yeah. Dude, I should get that picture out for the podcast. I think that will be a banger.
Oh god.
Just send it to him, and we'll put it on the Patreon if any of you Patreons want to see it.
Oh, great, dude.
What?
That yeah.
Maybe what? You guys are getting plastered before a kickball game? That's messed up.
No, I don't get plastered.
I think I'm plastered just enough to not care about the game anymore.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. This is Wednesday.
Yeah, we already played.
We're going back in time to play on Monday. Oh, did you want one?
Excuse me, sir. May I have another?
I better have one.
Oh my gosh. So after Carly, this is funny. We were at the concert and
Who was it, DJ Dougie?
All right, sorry to interrupt there, Peyton, but we're
that's
gonna show
okay.
the audience how beautiful Michael Neptune is here.
It's a piece of shit camera. It might not ever focus.
All right, well, just check it out on the Instagram. You're gonna want to see it.
Check it out on Instagram.
That's where the trash can went, roommates.
it's so gross.
Oh my
It's like the scene from The Sandlot when they all go on like the roller coaster thing.
After
and, like,
chewing
take a
tobacco.
chew. Just like.
I saw way too many of their butt cheeks this weekend. Michael, after cleaning them off in the shower, basically, because he was like,
Oh yeah, I saw it. All of Michael.
dude, don't look. He's just like,
All right, good idea. I don't want to look.
and then fucking when the dishwasher was leaking, Alec was just happened to go in the shower right before that. Like, we need towels. He's just standing in there with his little butt cheeks. I'm just here for a towel.
Oh my gosh.
Those are definitely fun cabin parties.
Yeah, this one we kept
A lot more calm.
a lot more calm. No cops. No $5,000.
Did that
No way,
actually
Jordan, it's
happen?
How do you guys drink
No,
that
we
shit?
didn't. No,
Like before?
not in the past. Not in the past. But it's a new thing there. So I don't have $5,000. So I'm glad I didn't have to give my non-existing $5,000 to somebody for being loud.
No fight? Nobody punched each other?
Yeah, at least not like
Like a
angry way.
like kill you.
What's the craziest parties you guys ever been to?
Definitely one of the cabin parties.
One of the cabin parties?
Oh yeah.
As far as
I
like,
think the last
crazy,
cabin
like,
party
what,
I
though?
went to.
Crazy
Yeah.
like drinking a lot, or
Just
crazy,
like the craziest
shit happened?
craziest shit that has happened.
I would think the cabin party where the cops kept coming, or came once.
Yeah, I mean, they all kind of blur together, but there's multiple best friends fighting each other, like punching each other in the face. I'll tell you the story though. So the one time that Hank was the ignorant one, just the one time.
One
He's
time.
only ever been ignorant once.
So,
Shout out to
He
Hank.
started out the night by doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and ended off the night puking off the balcony, but like really just puking on himself and then pissing himself. So someone thought it was a good idea to put him in the shower,
Oh,
clean him up, wake him up a little bit.
yeah.
Wake up the monster.
New life. Goes into the room, says something to one of our girlfriends, and as a good boyfriend, he wasn't having it. So, comes out of the room, says, shut up, stop saying that shit. Hank proceeds to say the same shit, over and over again. So, he tackles him, or not really tackles him, pushes him, and I try to break it up. So, I'm in between the two of them. We end up on the stairs, and I'm just gonna leave names out of this so we don't, whatever. But I'm holding one of our friends who's like really strong. I'm holding his arm because he's about to punch my other good friend, and he's just too strong for me. So like, I'm actually kind of creating like a slingshot motion in my other friend's face. And I'm holding his arm back and it just slips, punches him in the face.
Falcon punch.
And the whole time he's sitting there on the stairs and he's saying, "Is that all you got? Like, fuck you, like this and that." And so he keeps punching him because he's like, "Will you stop? Will you stop?" He's like, "No, fuck you." His face is all like hamburger meat. And
Oh, fuck.
that was a gnarly night. And then so she leaves, the girl leaves and like says she doesn't feel safe, which I don't really blame her. But the whole night, Hank's, on this and that, and it's like dual personalities. He's like, "Oh man, I feel so bad." Like, whatever. "No, fuck that bitch, fuck that bitch." This went on for like 2 hours. We're all like, "Yo, shut the fuck up."
Shut the fuck up. We don't care. We don't care.
Yeah, how about you try being on the camera, not knocking the camera over, fucker?
You're supposed to sniff him.
What's up, small white cat?
It's like, who's this one?
What's the craziest part of you been through, Alton?
Oh, the time that I had to stop these guys that were about to rape every girl at this party.
Oh, that's gnarly.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
It was a Halloween party when we were in middle school, and it was at
What?
yeah,
Gnarly.
it was crazy shit, man. We were at this like horse stable. That's where they were throwing the party, and it was me,
Friends.
Devin, and a bunch of all of our other friends. I haven't talked to this kid in a while. That's why I didn't want to drop too many names.
Well, that's a not very known podcast secret. If you cover the mic, they can't hear what you say.
I'm sorry. And we're at the party. I'm dressed up like a secret agent, just got a suit and tux on. It was like I look boss, Everyone else there is not wearing a costume. It was just a bunch of fucking teenagers just trying to get drunk and shit. And we're having a good time. I'm not drinking it because I want to stay sober. I want to stay a pure soul. And I look over and I see this guy coming around out of these like curtains made out of Indian blankets, like the Native American blankets. I'm like, what the fuck's going on there? This guy would go up to the new girl at the party and be like, "Yo, let's party, like here's a drink," and like just start like having a good time, and would take her back behind this curtain. 15 minutes later, she'd come off like missing a shoe and drugged out of her mind. It was bad. So
This is when you're like 12 years old.
well, this was like when I was 14, I think.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was
You
horrible.
must have had a bad older brother.
Maybe, I don't know. It was crazy what fucking happened. 'Cause, like by the third time we saw this, we're like, dude, we gotta cut this shit off. Like we gotta stop it. So what we did, we went up to. They had these big booming speakers, and 14-year-old me always carried a pocket knife on me. I cut the cords off the speakers. My friend flicked up the lights. We yelled, "Party's over!" And everyone like exit out of this horse stable and into the street. There was like, I'd say about like 100 fucking just 14-year-olds and 18-year-olds. It was like a mixture of all these kids. And dude, my friend's mom comes up in the minivan and goes, "We gotta go, come on, let's go." And everyone's hopping in. All of our friends are getting in there. My best friend jumps in, and I'm about to get in. Well, the door slides up close and drives off. And there's just 100 kids looking at me when I cut the wires to their speakers. So I book it. Flying down the street, these kids are chasing me. Cops start coming up, and I jump the fence over this to this park. And I'm sitting just like in the rocket ship kind of thing, just like hunched down, making sure no one sees me. All I'm seeing are sirens going down that street to where that party was. Kids were arrested that night, so hopefully there was some kids. This was on Halloween as well. And there was this little kid dressed up like Spider-Man, and he came up to me and he's like, "Who are you supposed to be?" And I'm like, "I'm supposed to be a secret agent for Halloween." He's like, "Are you the good guy secret agent?" I'm like, "Yeah, kid, I am." He's like, "That's cool, bye-bye, I'm gonna go trick-or-treating." I'm like, "No problem." I went up to, where was it, like Maine, or what's that, 13th. Walked up to 13th. They saw that I wasn't in the van. Picked me up, and then that was the night.
Wow. That's a pretty ignorant story. I appreciate that.
It was pretty fucking crazy.
Mine aren't that fun, so...
What'd you do?
I don't know. Nothing.
What was the
I was
crazy-
scared to do anything. I'm scared the shit out of me.
Mom did? With what? She just tell you stories about
No,
getting...
'cause she scared the wrath of Jesus in me.
Oh, yeah.
I guess the first time I drank, I had Jaeger, and we were at an apartment complex by Shields. I was like 18. And I drank like the whole bottle. We were going across the street to McDonald's, and I tripped and fell and just laid in the middle of the street in the intersection. Just laid there, and I was like, I'm done. I'm never doing this again. But that's about it.
God, hit me with a car. Please.
I guess Alex's birthday at my house was pretty fucking crazy. At Amberley Lane with Davis and all the cops.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't there, but yeah, that was a freaking crazy
That was
night.
horrible.
Our good friend gets tased like 15 times because he's a freaking monster, and the cops had no reason to tase him, but, you know, whatever.
You went for it.
Blue Lives Matter.
I found out that I was learning about it in pepper spray training that I had to do
Pepper
for work. That people of like Nordic and like Swedish descent have like immunity to tasers and the spray.
See, that would make sense because
Yeah.
he does seem sort of that.
Yeah.
Nordic
Like
descent.
it's some like weird
He's,
genes
you know,
that they have.
blonde,
Yeah,
you
he's
know, good
really
jeans, ripped, you know, huge.
Well, it makes sense. Thor's Nordic, so I mean...
yeah. Like it,
God of Thunder.
They've all got a little lightning.
He
Yeah.
looks a lot like Thor, so.
there is
Shouts
a
out, Davis.
the guy that was training us was saying that because he works for the police academy, and they have to go through the pepper spray training, and he said it's only like one in every like couple thousand people, but this one kid came through and they'd sprayed him like 3 different times in the face with the pepper spray, and he just kept like sitting there like, is that all you got? Like that doesn't hurt at all. So there's like have a weird immunity to stuff like that.
You
I
have
don't
no
know what it
power
is.
here.
He's getting sprayed and taser, just looks at him. Puny God.
Got anything bigger?
Puny.
Really fucking crazy. Just take a taser to the chest and be like, what?
He's becoming more
Did you hear
powerful.
something?
Is this thing on?
Charging him up.
He just grabs the wires and just sucks all the juice out of the taser. Just throws it
apple
out.
juice. What kind of juice is in there?
That's a spicy apple juice.
Sleep. Do you want him?
Oh, it's
So
my
fun.
bebs.
No, I actually had, I don't know, probably like 6 months ago, we found this cat in our yard, and it was just like, every once in a while, it would, like, hop down from the tree. It's like, couldn't see where it lived. And I still don't know where it lives. But now there's like 6 baby cats, like, all over my property. So, we got plenty of cats. We don't have to feed them. They eat our mice and our whatever.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, and they run away, so they're not, like, scary.
The little feral cats.
They got feral cats at Disneyland that
Man.
take care of the rats and
Nothing
shit.
like the feral cats Jason used to bring home. Those things were vicious, dude.
What? Jason used to bring home feral
Oh,
cats?
he'd like cage. I don't think he wasn't trapping them specifically, but they would always be in there.
Yeah, and then he had dogs that were trained to like get
Hunt
Yeah, like
mountain lions and
mountain
shit.
lions. So you know, train them with the feral cats.
You just like let these crazy.
They don't
ass-
kill them. They just like put them up in a tree or something.
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
let these crazy ass dogs out, and then they smell the mountain lion track and like follow it up, and then they'll scare it up somewhere, and then you just.
Seems unfair.
It's really
very
cool
unfair.
though, like to watch the dogs do that, or the dogs usually that breed of dogs are like super badass looking.
Okay. It's like paying it forward. You don't do the work like when you're hunting. You do it like years in advance.
They've got the coolest barks too.
Jason can train almost any animal to hunt.
He's got a turtle with like a machine gun on top of it. Go! Just killing all the birds in their backyard.
The only one he can't train is Minnie. The untreatable one.
And just Minnie ran full speed into a hitch, domed himself.
He was domed at a young age. She's like, all I know is ball. Honestly.
Ball and
Ball-
water.
Ball water pets. That's all I know. Why'd you stop? No, please, please. No, I just want to be bed.
I don't know. She needs to be on Puppy Prozac every day.
Puppy Prozac. That is Prozac.
Can I have 3 of your puppy Prozacs, please?
These are my dog, I promise.
They're not for me. I've tried them once. Woo!
I should try CBD oil. Like a CBD,
Oh, yeah, it's
like
good
dog
Yeah.
chewy things.
Maybe it would chill out.
I'm just saying, like, in general, my mom should try.
Oh, no.
Yeah, maybe
She
it'd help
probably
her back.
should.
Yeah. You know, CBD is like the cure for everything.
CBD helps me sleep. That's like the only thing that doesn't give me crazy ass nightmares.
Oh, you know in Florida how she's like puked in while she was sleeping the first day there? She realized
Shouts
that
out,
she,
Darb.
Yo,
Sorry,
dog.
Mom.
Sorry,
I
dog.
realized she smoked Kogan's weed pen that same night. And I was like,
Been there,
yeah,
done that.
that'll do it for you, sweetie.
Well, and, like hit it multiple times.
Well, she's
Like,
like,
not just-
I didn't drink the rest of the trip.
I'm like, oh, Peyton, just hit as hard as you possibly can. She's like, oh, sure. Hates her life.
I
like
died.
10 minutes later, she's like, I want to go.
Hey, oh my god, she literally died. She's like, Kale, I'm dying. It's like,
I'm like
you're
shaking.
not.
I'm like, I can't see anything.
Sit down.
10 minutes early, we got the story about how Peyton's sister was freaking out.
When we were driving up to your grandma's,
What?
remember
Oh, fuck me.
Sister.
the young one?
Yeah, so we're sitting in the back, and I'm seeing this pen. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird.
And I was like, ask your siblings, not me.
Well, she just takes it and just
Well, I was
She's
like,
full riffs. And all of a sudden, I just turn back. She goes,
No,
just
first
fucking
She's
phone.
convulsing.
she turns to me and she's like, this is weak. When she said that. And then like 30 seconds later,
having a seizure in the
she
back
literally, I think she had a seizure.
Get
For
your
real.
ass out of here.
And then we get her out of the car and she's like,
like falls over, and my
Whoa.
grandma's like, "She okay?" I was like, "She's dehydrated." Like she needs some water. She's been at cheer practice all day. Didn't get enough water.
I just thought it was so funny. This is weak.
Peyton and I are holding her up and being like, fucking act cool. God damn it.
I know.
This
I
is
do
grandma.
Not, I do not do well, and my siblings are dumb. I'm like, what the fuck is your problem?
She like fell into your car and you're like, what the fuck?
I'm like yelling at her. I'm like, get up. Get up. Like, can't even
And
see
so
straight.
I'm like, oh, of course, Peyton tell me this story. She's a hard ass. She's gonna smoke this. Like, I don't want her to just like do one rip. I want her to take like a 10-second rip.
30 seconds later, Peyton's in the same fucking thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I
like-
used to smoke weed like crazy.
Yeah,
like,
that's what
every
gets
single
you.
night.
That's what gets you. Is
And I'm
when
like,
you're
oh, I can do it.
Yeah, you can
And
do
then-
it.
And
and your
then,
tolerance is down. You're like, oh.
and then you don't do it for 2.5 years,
And
and
then you're
then,
like, no, I can't do it.
I can't do it.
laying. Well, and then whoever that other guy was kept he's like, do you need anything? I'm like, just for you to leave me alone.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm dying.
Who was that kid?
The
that
blonde
night?
kid.
Connor.
Connor.
He was like, what are you doing? You want to party more? Do you want another drink? I'm like, no. I want you to leave. And like like I had my back to everyone else and like was staring into the
She's
sofa
just up
cushion.
against the wall. Go away.
Go away.
I'm in the
Well,
corner
so
right
the thing
now.
didn't make me dizzy, so I just sat there and I like looked at the sofa. Oh, that's what happened when we were a stoner 2.5 years ago.
Yeah,
That's all you did. One time.
Tell me.
Oh
Band
my
camp?
god. No,
One time at
I
band
was
camp?
so
Shove it
cross-faded.
up your butt.
Should not have been driving. And Tabby calls me crying. I'm like, fuck, I have to leave. Like, my mom, if I don't go pick her up, my mom's gonna know, like, I was smoking weed and drinking a little bit of beer. And so I go and pick her up, and she's, like, crying, and she's like, why are you acting so weird? I'm, like, 10 under the speed limit. And she's like, are you
Stop.
fucking high as shit right now? I was
he
like,
stopped at a green light.
no.
Any second.
Took us, like, a half an hour for, like, a 5-minute drive to get home. And then, yeah, anyways. She's like, are you okay? I was like, I just kind of feel like I'm in outer space right now, and like my car's not going anywhere, but it's fine. How was your night? She was like 13.
Oh my god. See, I was a late bloomer when it came to smoking, but after that it was like game over.
I
Didn't we all
crazy.
smoke that one night
Oh my god, that first
at
time we
school.
just everybody was just like running as fast as
Alex
they
just
could.
fucking took off for no fucking reason. He
You
just like
just saw him and then he just went.
literally he like takes a hit and then he's like across the parking lot. We're like, stop running, because I'm not gonna run that fast.
But we did. We all
Yeah, we
ran.
chased him.
Fucking everyone did a Naruto run.
Because Alex's dad used to live like literally right up against school property.
Like jump over the fence, you're on school.
So we
Oh
would
my
all,
god.
we would always just stay there and do.
It's like, what are you guys doing after school? Going to Alex. Cool. See you there.
All our
See you
parents
there.
were like,
Every
God
single
damn it.
day.
Because they know Eddie probably had like 65 Bud Lights by the time we got out of school.
Oh yeah, and like we didn't ever take any of them because he would kill us. Like,
He like knew
oh, you
the
got a whole,
number.
you got a whole 30 pack in
He's
there.
like a tally.
Don't touch my damn beer.
Just like, there's only 16 left. Don't fucking touch
It's
it.
like, how do you even drink that much, dude?
Yeah, but now he's like on some cool trucker shit.
Yeah, dude. Like, you can't be drinking now. Good for him. Shout out to Eddie, dude. Like, killing the game.
Yo, Eddie.
Dude, one of the smartest dudes I ever met, but just like drank a shit ton of beer.
Definitely.
Truckers make so much money too.
I want to be a trucker.
Hey,
No, he
he's
wears
living
Was
it
it
up
such a
now.
boring
He's
He wears
living it up.
cowboy hats and
Sounds like
drives
it's fun.
trucks. Takes 55.
I want to like go on a little truck drive with him one day.
Takes like 85 Facebook pictures every day.
What were you gonna say, Alton?
What? Oh, no, what?
What?
We're filming a podcast here. You gotta say
Oh, are we?
something.
Holy shit.
Did you guys specifically pick these colors of microphones for
We
each of you?
ordered like a
A
bag,
pack of them.
and Dum Dum chewed up the green one.
Dum
And there's a
dum.
blue one left, but
Did you guys
I
ever
wanted
smoke
pink,
cigars?
but No.
I did once. I've done it a couple times actually.
When I barely turned 19, me and my buddies would just pound cigars like every weekend.
So
from-
gross.
just
Remember how sick
Big
I got
fat
a because
stogies.
of the one? Was not aware that you should not smoke like a full one by
Oh, yeah.
yourself.
Oh yeah.
You can, but you're not supposed to inhale it.
I
That's the rule.
died that night.
Well, we were up at the dirt hills behind
Blamed it on the food.
Yeah, blamed on the
Sounds like the hookah night.
This chicken
Oh my
wasn't
God.
cooked. my buddy and I, we had these one cigars called like Mark Twain number 2s, and they were like dollar coin like in width and just long ass cigars, and we're behind the dirt hills of Albion, and we're smoking them. And you're supposed to,
Middle school.
yeah, behind a middle school.
The best place to smoke a cigar.
We don't tell our parents that we're smoking cigars. Yeah, we're gonna go smoke some cigars.
Cigars.
Some cigars.
Shut up, Mom. You wouldn't understand.
And those cigars are at least supposed to take 2 hours to smoke. My buddy smoked one in 20 minutes.
Oh,
And he was just sitting there and his hands were closing and he's like, I can't control my hands. And I'm
I
like,
don't know what to do with my hands.
I go, buddy, all right? I'm fine. I just got his eyes rolled in mid-sentence, rolled in the back of his head, and he passed out, like standing up. And I'm like, oh my God, I killed him.
OD on nicotine.
Yeah, and I had to run him to McDonald's. I was like, here, have some water.
Threw it at him.
Yeah.
You gotta get a water cup!
Water. I'm like,
Mick water.
Drink the water.
And then the girl was there and took his money.
Ah!
And he woke up like, what the fuck?
I was like, do you have an inhaler? He's like, no, I left it at home. I'm like, here, take mine.
She's like, no, I got the cigar though.
Yeah.
Like, oh, good call.
Take mine. And I took him home. I had to tell his parents that we smoked cigars, and they're like, "We are mad at you, Alton, but you still are our favorite kid." Like,
Kept him alive.
yeah, like I was best friends with everyone's parents back then. I still kind of am. I was like,
No,
"Yo,
everyone's
You're an old
parents.
soul.
I'm an old soul."
Weird flex, but okay.
I know he'd rather hang out with Darby than us, so it's fine.
I mean, I was at my grandma's with having like a conversation for
Just
fucking
FaceTiming
2
my
hours.
mom. Hey, Darbs, what's up?
You
Hey,
got the phone with my mom. Put that shit down right now.
how's Jason doing? Is he hunting tonight? Yeah, he is. Oh, that's so Jason.
Pretty good guess.
You love Jason too. You and Jason talk forever.
And
Jason loves you.
he's like, hey man, I was poor once too. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Jason loves to flex that.
I was
heard that
poor
story,
once.
Like, at least 10 times.
The whole, like, I walked 15 miles to school in the snow That is
Uphill
Jason's.
both ways.
Yeah, that is Jason's story.
No, Jason's story is like him running out to his mailbox, hoping there's a check in there, and now he's like
and then
fucking
saving the check.
making bank.
Making bank and still being like, $4 for a sandwich. Jesus.
Fucking rip off. That's true.
Now when I swear, I'm gonna say Jason Christ.
Oh. Darbs crashed her G-Wagon today.
Did she really?
Which
Yeah.
makes no fucking sense because she said, first it was like, I backed into someone.
No, she said rear-ended.
Oh, she hit the front.
Can't
Yeah,
use that on a
yeah,
Boys and
yeah.
Mars music video anywhere.
Well, never mind because I was like, how the fuck you back into someone and break your radiator?
No, rear-ended means
Yeah, I
you
read it
ended
wrong.
their rear.
Because I was like, so you went like this, and then
When someone gives you the back door, you say yes.
and then the thing in
Except
your
for when it comes to cars.
the thing in your engine broke. Like how? Oh, so she must have been going fast if there was 2 cars involved. So that means she hit the first car and then it hit the other car.
Oh.
Well, I don't
There's
get
3
what the
cars.
cop said by it couldn't be reported.
It sounds like it should.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess it
Wait,
will.
why can't it can always be reported?
Yeah.
You
Anything can
report,
be
you can
reported.
report anything. What,
Yeah.
I would like to know
Or
the
what did she said reported, right?
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Need another one?
Well,
How do you guys drink that shit?
Wouldn't that keep it off the
I'll show you.
insurance?
Thank you.
Non-report- It's
Yeah,
non-reportable,
you
the
got the
cop
one with the weird
said,
wax
and the
on it.
other dude is
Oh,
making a
weird
big
wax.
fucking deal about it. I wonder if it's because it's such an expensive car.
She probably said piece of shit car, and it was like my car.
I have this hunk of
She
junk
I
said-
hit
car
this
that I
stupid
read.
piece of
She
shit.
said it was a 1990 4Runner.
Wait, did someone hit her into the other car, or did she hit
She-
someone?
No,
into
she was
her?
like, it was
yeah.
definitely my fault. See, if I was driving
Sounds like
G-Wagon,
Darby.
I wouldn't even touch my
That's my
phone
fault.
or like the radio. I'd probably just drive in silence because I would be too scared to touch anything but the
I wouldn't
steering
even
wheel.
drive.
No, you get it going beforehand. You're like, okay, shoot. Oh, shitty song? Fuck it. We'll listen to that shit.
And the fucking problem is it's so goddamn fast.
Is it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like a
Yeah.
race car in a weird truck tank type of thing.
They're designed after like 1920s safari trucks.
Because it's got a V8.
That's why.
Yeah, they're badass. Kind of like Jurassic Park.
They're rolling around in G-Wagons in Jurassic Park.
They are in the newest one. Post Malone's just in a G-Wagon.
Boys on Mars show up in a G-Wagon.
Raptors are running on the side of them.
Did you see his new music video?
No.
There's like a
Sorry.
No,
No.
definitely not.
there's like a rated R version one
Oh.
because it's so bloody. I was like, oh, this is gonna be crazy, but it's like the first 10 seconds and then it's just like whatever.
No.
He like gets in a fight and someone stabs him in the neck and then he falls back and someone jumps on him. It's just like,
I didn't know music videos had ratings like,
yeah, there's
Me
like
neither.
they were like it's a rated R one and then there's like a regular one.
and then like TVMA.
Yeah, like
Mature.
rated.
Oh, that's like
This
The one
one
where
is-
it's like you have to be
And
18.
at the end of this, you're like, oh, damn, Rihanna. All right, I'll watch that again.
Oh, that fucking whoever made up like you have to be 18 or. Oh yeah, definitely. Click yes.
I am 18.
What,
It's like
on
the-
like
or it's
Pornhub?
like when
I'm like
you were
on
making-
anything. Like
Please ask me
Or,
again
like,
if I'm
when you were
18.
making Facebooks, like when I remember that when
Or
I was
Tinder,
like 13 or
right?
14, and it was like, "Are you 18 years old?" And I just put in a like I like looked to see what date it would be to be 18 years old on there, and then like
the,
typed it in like, "Yep, I'm 18."
the bad part about that is though, like if you ever forgot the password and you didn't remember what birthday you put in, you probably were never getting back into.
Well, I did my birthday and then like a year. Like,
I was
would
like
always
10 years before, so I was always 10 years older than her.
Or just don't be
well, and then I
dumbass
wish you a
like
happy
me.
birthday. It's
I
like,
just
happy
put in a
birthday, you're
random
20.
fucking
I'm like, oh, not actually.
It's like when you get your fake ID, you make sure it's the same birthday, just like a different year. So you don't forget the day as well as the year.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely just-
93. I mean, 92.
Whatever it says on the card, man.
Do you guys remember?
I know, you're looking at it. You tell me.
Do you remember Trans World skateboarding magazines?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No.
you had to be like 18 to sign up for like them to mail it to your house. And I was 15 and I had the thing and I was like, "Hey mom, like, can you sign this?"
It's a I can't think of a fucking word.
Magazines.
It's a field trip form
Yeah.
for school.
We will be watching Stand and Deliver, which is PG-13, but it talks about math. Please sign.
Transworld, where's that? Oh, it's downtown.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder why it had to be 18. Probably just because like they don't want to be shipping stuff. To
Yeah.
random
Well,
people.
it asks. Well, now it asks you on certain things, like if you're 13 or 14 years of age, to like order things to your house, which I
The
think
hard-
is weird.
The hard ones now is like, is this a car? And you have to like click all the cars. And like, I don't know, it's kind of a car, not really.
All the storefronts. That's the one I always get.
I
I'm like,
fucking hate. They're all buildings.
Maybe you're like coveable at like 13, 14. Like so, like your 8-year-old buys something like cash, buys like $200 of Fortnite coins, and you're like, hey,
Done.
give it back to us because we want it because our kid was too dumb to.
Remember he did that, and then I got it refunded, but then he got all the coins that he paid for.
Oh, dude, we need to get like
I was
another like 8-year-old to do
well,
that.
what did
for
you
us.
Well, all
do
I
that you
said, I
got
was
your
like-
money back on?
I was like, my son downloaded this game, and I didn't know. Can I get it back? They're like, yeah.
Because
It
they hated the game.
was PUBG,
Uh,
which I didn't know you had to pay for.
PUBG.
damn, we should just blame all our errors on children, and then we'll just be like, all
We
right,
should
that's
buy, like,
fine, I get it. I
$100
understand.
Of Apex coins, and then be like, oh, sorry, my kid bought those. Can I get it refunded? Because I don't think they can take the coin back in game. They
Yes.
can only give you your money back.
Yeah, that'll work well.
Because
Hey,
I'm
my,
working. Hey, I bought this. My kid bought this pizza. Can I get the money back and keep the pizza?
hey, my
My
15.
kid bought this, licked it, but I need the money back.
It's like after you eat all your meal at a restaurant, you're like, there was like something in my meal. Like, it was not good.
I mean,
You ate the whole thing, sir. It's like,
They're like- where is it? Oh no, I fucking ate it.
I was hungry. It's not like I'm gonna wait for you to
I
bring me a
paid
new
for it.
one, but I don't want to pay for it.
There was this guy that came into the liquor store and goes, I need to do a return. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he goes, this Cuervo didn't taste very good. And I open up the bag and I'm like, it's empty. And he's like, well, yeah, but I finished the bottle. I'm like, oh, yes, let me just get your money right quick. I said, get the fuck out.
You're like, you want another bottle? My bad.
Oh, sorry.
That would be $15.
When we work at the grocery store, and they'd buy fruit that was like
Damn.
already like going bad, and then they'd come back the next day and it was like completely rotten. They're like, can I get my food or my money back on this fruit?
They
I'm
go.
like, then why the fuck did you buy fruit that was like already rotten, dude? Like,
They have like this banana plan, like the little switcher. They go home and like, okay, you're coming with me.
That's about
pitch
it.
black.
or like people that buy milk and don't check the expiration date and then come back the next day. This expired 2 days ago. Well, why didn't you fucking check the milk date?
See, I feel like that's a grocery store problem. You shouldn't be selling stuff.
There's
that's
so much
expired the
stuff
day
though.
before.
There's so much stuff to go put on the shelves
You
though
got
that
4
it's hard
hours to
to.
drink this whole gallon of milk.
Gallon challenge.
Granted,
Brings back
though,
memories.
they don't actually go bad like as soon as they expire.
No.
It's like a week or two after. That's just like forever.
Just give them. You'll be all right.
I think you'll be all right. You should just drink it.
It doesn't go raw until it has curds in it. That's something you gotta worry
Was it
about.
chunky?
Does it smell sour?
You bought milk, but I got cottage cheese. in it.
That's not it.
It's like with bread when they got the little spores on it. I know I was ordering green bread, eh?
Oh, it's just like toast. You can just like
Scrape it
burn
off.
Just scrape it off.
Just cook it longer. It'll be fine.
Mom used to tell me that. She's like, when the cheese would go moldy, she's like, you just scrape it off. It's fine. That's what cheese is. I'm like, no, no.
Yeah, right.
Then why is
No.
it a different color?
She's like, cheese is
Purple.
moldy like milk. I was like, no, it's not.
Oh, it's that foreign cheese.
I'm like, oh, then you eat it. No, let's get new cheese.
How long have we been talking?
A
Over
lot.
an hour.
We just passed the final because we gotta. I mean, we already played the game, but we're gonna read.
We're gonna go watch the recaps.
Yeah, we're gonna
We
go
got
watch
film.
the podcast for the kickball team.
Yeah, we got team film to watch.
Yeah.
We should do a commentary. That should be for the Patreons only. Like we film.
We'll just get a little like mic app for our phones. Just
Yeah.
Elton will record it.
Welcome
Oh,
back.
Dude, actually, I think that'd be great because people can understand how much we yell at each other. It's like
Just watch.
no organization.
This bitch got three see-through shirt here, like the one last week.
Did she really?
Yeah,
How I
Well,
missed
of course.
it.
how I missed it.
No, I just remember her just like in like yoga pants. I don't know if it's the same girl, but yoga pants and like a really tight shirt. I'm like, damn, it's 100 degrees out here right now. How the fuck you wearing yoga pants? But I don't know. Tell me, can you do it? In a
No.
hurry? No.
It is hot. I cannot.
That
No.
shit is
I wear
nasty though.
shorts no matter what when I'm working out because I played soccer, so legs don't get cold.
Yeah, but I don't think people wear yoga pants because their legs get cold.
They do at the gym. Like people wear yoga pants like because it's cold.
I think they do it because it looks nice.
Shorts can look nice too,
I rocked booty
not
shorts in
arguing.
middle school. I know what you mean.
especially Under Armour shorts.
But if you don't have anything to show with the
These are not
shorts,
Under Armour.
yoga
Yes, it
pants
is.
like kind of tighten everything up, make it look all like, crisp.
Can't see the cottage cheese underneath.
Didn't say that.
That's spewing out the sides.
That was Peyton. She's a woman. I didn't say that. Well,
On that note, okay.
Jinx, you owe me a White Claw.
thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming out, first
I
guest.
really like
This
it.
was a very funny
Thank you.
episode, I think.
It was a good episode.
Y'all bitches know the drill.
I'm like 6 deep, so we'll see what it sounds like tomorrow.
Go to,
I said that.
Oh, and Hunter, I just want to say this
Shut
one
the
thing.
fuck up, Cal.
Nobody thinks you're ugly. We think you're sexy as hell.
It's just a funny joke.
It's a funny joke because other Hunter is obviously like, model citizen.
let's just say big shoes to fill.
He's got God's plan, all right?
Love you, brother.
It's definitely not a mean thing, but it's just funny. Good way to remember which one we're talking about.
Right.
Or we could say, here, Hunter.
Here, Hunter. Come here, boy.
Alrighty, well, go to patreon.com/bootleg
Bootcast log pod.
Bootleg podcast.
Boot camp.
Subscribe. Give us all your money. $200, you get a signed white cat.
Oh, yeah.
Signed.
If you're too bitchy to do that, go to iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. It's all Bootleg Podcast.
And I'm going to plug Rude Boy Collective.
Oh.
Rude Boy Collective.
We did that last episode, and this man is the man behind Rude Boy. So
Yeah, that's me.
go buy his shit.
What's up, guys?
RudeBoyCollective.gov.
We got big things to come. Yeah, .gov or .com. Probably .com will get you to where you want to go. Gov, I don't know. It'll start tracking your ass.
Rudeboy.edu, like the education.
Rethink, undo, develop, evolve, beyond ordinary imagination. That's what it stands for. So just put that in your brains.
Alright.
Rude boy.
Rude boy.